All right, I'm back. I'm here. I've forgotten basically everything, including the key bindings, but that's okay, that's okay. I'm gonna be fine. Okay, this is where I am. Can't explore the other areas. I have to run past the doggies, and then I have to explore what I can explore. I think I'm going to go up first into the police station, explore every single room. Well, both of the rooms unlocked by the club key that I can. Right, I also recall one thing that I have neglected so far. I do remember that there was another fireplace I've encountered and I figured, oh, I don't want to go there with the light, or it's probably a complete waste of time. Near Irons' room, all the way over there where I've met Sherry. I presumably should take the lighter over there. Oh, and I presumably should also take the knife to deal with the ground zombies. No, this is rather annoying. It's a lot of stuff. Alright. Yes, I'm going to dodge quite a few of those mutts. I'm not sure how I want to play through this. I'm tempted to just... I'll run past the dogs. I think I'll engage the lickers. And once I'm past the initial dogs, it's just the lickers from what I recall. And then I will obviously be tempted to just go through everything. Downstairs. You can't read this notice. Should I go to the police station? I'll roll with the police station first, then possibly save up there. We shall see. I don't know. I just don't know what I want to do. I know that I want to approach the room where I ultimately got the game locked up last. And presumably quite a few of the others are locked, inaccessible because the power's out or something along those lines. So presumably that's also something I should suss out. Right, we get out of here. And then we go up the ladder. Hold on, was there anything for me to find over here? I don't think there was, but might as well check. Alright, I have the gun selected, might as well equip the grenade launcher instead, although I will be running through. And if I get mauled by the dogs, so be it, I don't care. It's fine. Any damage I take is perfectly fine and acceptable. I will not skip the ladder scene. It just gives me a bit of time. It's fine, it's fine. We go through here, open the door, get on the floor. Oh, that's unacceptable. Come on, I had to re-aim down, but unfortunately he wasn't stunned. Terrible. Fine, I aim down and finish it off. She's still fine, technically, so it's not that big of a deal. Still, it obviously upsets me. I equip the knife, and we go into the autopsy room. It looks like there's been a change of plans. We get into the autopsy room. These guys are obviously getting up. If they all get up, well, that's another matter entirely. Listen, I'm trying my best, all right? You see what I'm doing? If these guys get up, despite my sincerest efforts, I'm just gonna blow them up with the explosive rounds on the grenade launcher. Still, I'm going to be somewhat disappointed, and she might lose some health. But still, if she gets grabbed over here, if she gets attacked, that's just a cheap shot. I know that this is the sort of thing that presumably is gonna happen. I anticipate it, so it's just an absolute dick move to make me have to go through it. No, wait, I can go through the corpse. By every single bit of the implicit agreement I have made with the game, and the game has made with me, if I can go through them, then they're not getting up. They're objects and not monsters. However, I mean, come on, there's like 4 of them underground and it's the autopsy room. Obviously, this is a setup for a wonderful scene where I go through them and then they get up and I have to defend myself. But it's so cheap. I should be rewarded for false sight, shouldn't I? Or do you think having an emotional scene like that, even though you see it coming, is fine? Is this sort of thing acceptable? To just force the player into a climactic scene like that, even though he can see what is happening? Okay, maybe it's just the guy on the table. Can't attack the guy on the table. Okay, fine. Anything inside? No? Maybe that was supposed to startle me. Oh my goodness, allowed... Will you take the red keycard? You betcha! You have taken it. He's down, but only temporarily. Okay. What did I say? What did I tell you, people? I'm not scared, I'm just disappointed. And that's the end of the scene. I get it, and this happens more often. You pick up the quest item, and then the place just goes to hell. That was mean. But yeah, he was not... He has not been disabled sufficiently yet. Plastic card, it reads weapon storage. That's crucial. That's the sort of place we really want to get to. That's the sort of place we've read about. There's this guy on the table. He could also hypothetically get an up, I guess, but that doesn't matter. Interestingly enough, that's the one guy who doesn't get up. Still. I don't know. Is it my fault? Should I not have anticipated this? I'm not trying to metagame this entire thing, and I understand that if you do that on purpose... all too often, you're just ruining the experience for yourself. On the other hand, if you don't and it's so predictable, then I don't think that's necessarily on you. Although you can then argue that with a certain degree of familiarity, you will not be doing this on purpose. You'll just be doing it to yourself unconsciously because you've seen enough, so you know what to expect at what point. But then again... I really don't deserve any credit here whatsoever, because this was such an obvious setup, right? There's nothing mind-blowing about the ability to anticipate that this is a trap. I need more grenade ammo. Grenade launcher ammo, I mean. There are these rooms, and... hold on. I can't remember what was upstairs exactly. Actually, I do recall. Although the shutters are gonna be an absolute pain. I think we should be able to save in that room, although... notably, that may be a spot where you only have the typewriter but do not have access to the item box, which is going to complicate matters. Or maybe that's just in scenario B. Either way, that is a remote possibility. And even if that happens, I guess I could just break through to, say, the main hall and save the... It's not that big of a deal. Also, there's the other room I need to visit at some point. I don't know, I could try to sneak past the liquor. It just doesn't seem like the best of ideas to me. It's a reasonably powerful foe. I need 2 shots out of the grenade launcher, and I'm running low on everything. If I fail, that's gonna be rough. So I say, we go through here, and we go upstairs. I should also switch to the pistol. And yes, this place is horrifying because unfortunately I can't close the shutters here. Which means that it will go to hell in a handbasket very soon. This should be safe. It's the staff room, isn't it? A paper more than a week old. Okay, you don't care about those. That's old news. Nothing useful. Nothing useful. Come on. Will you take the ink ribbon? You betcha. So much for stuff that's not useful, huh? More film to develop, what shall we find? Nothing in this locker. Wait, the weapon storage. Maybe that's no, there was a locker in the darkroom that required a special key. A keycard is not a key. Unless I'm horribly mistaken. I don't think the keycard is what you use in the darkroom. I think it was mentioned quite explicitly that there's supposed to be... No, nothing's gonna bust through that window. Oh. What's the typewriter, by the way? Oh, it's, yeah, it's... Not making a noise. And no, I think this guy ended his own life. Night Watchman's Diary. August 11th, I finally had the chance to see blue skies for the first time in ages. But it did little to lift my spirits. I was reprimanded by the chief for neglecting my duties. Oh, was he locked up in the basement? This is presumably not referring to... Oh, I can't place things chronologically, sorry. This might not refer to events past the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. It might just have been irons keeping him in the basement. I finally had the chance to see blue skies for the first time in ages, but it did little to lift my spirits. I was reprimanded by the chief for neglecting my duties while I was up on the clock tower. There's only one thing I still don't understand. The chief seemed to be more concerned about the fact that I was up on the tower rather than that I was neglecting my duties. Why was access to the tower prohibited in the first place anyway? They're really laying it thick. They make no secret of the fact that these are the puzzles you're supposed to solve, and then they tell you how you are supposed to solve them. September 5th, I recently talked to the old man who works in the scrapyard out back. Well, is the part I need. His name is Thomas. He's a quiet man and really seems to enjoy chess. He even went so far as to design a special key and lock engraved with chess pieces on them for one of the doors in the disposal yard. Scrapyard, out back. I think I've seen that place. Hold on. Remember when I opened the door and unleashed 2 zombies? I did not go further past that. Maybe it is something to see there. It's a special key and lock engraved with chess pieces on them for one of the doors in the disposal yard. We made plans to play chess tomorrow night. I can't help but wonder how good he is. One thing that's been bothering me about him is the way that he's always scratching himself. Oh, he's still gonna turn into a zombie. Does he have some sort of skin disease, or is he just rude? September the 9th. Thomas was a much better player than I had imagined. I used to think of myself as a fairly decent player, but he did a pretty good job of humbling me. But the only thing I imagined that could match his skills in chess is his appetite. All the guy did was talk about food throughout the entire game. He sounded fairly healthy, but he didn't look quite right. Guy was turning into a zombie. His brain was turning into mush. And he still beat you at chess? Buddy, he's not some sort of a chess master. You just suck. I wonder if he's okay. September 12th. I was supposed to play another game of chess with Thomas, but we had to cancel because he hasn't been feeling too well. He stopped by to see me, but I told him to go back and rest since he literally looked like The Walking Dead. So you're telling me that you know zombies in this universe, but you don't know zombies in this universe when you see them. He insisted that he was just fine, but I could tell he was really having problems. Come to think of it, I haven't been feeling too good myself lately. Please tell me you don't get up at this point. Will you take the acid rounds? Yes, to be my lawfully wedded rounds. I can't save here, that's it. That's all this place has to offer as far as I can tell. No, seriously, I think I've cleared it out. Let's check all the lockers again. So you're telling me that there are 4 lockers here, and not a single one of them has anything of any use whatsoever. Okay. I didn't even pick up any particular quest items, I just picked up some acid rounds and ribbons. I have a bad feeling about this. I won't be visiting this place too many times. So I worry, ultimately, that once I come back here, zombies are gonna just come crawling in through the windows. But there's little I can do to stop that. Okay, without saving, I'm switching to the pistol for now. Yes. And I am headed to the final place. Let's stay away from the windows. It seems clearly telegraphed, but then again, the... Wrong button. But then again, the game can be a bit deceiving, so never mind that. We go through here and end up well. Oh, right back over here, fair enough. No. It's been a while, alright? It's been a while. That's not the map button. Okay, okay. Through the and onto that room. I could save before that. You know what? I'll take the risk. I'm feeling lucky. No, that's not the way. That's the way back. There was a liquor. Ah, damn it. Okay, fine. Fine. Just chill. Chill, Valentine. Gotta relax. This is the... I have no idea what this is. The key is useless now. Really? Okay. Well, I get inventory slots. Glorious. That's not the inventory key, Weston. Damn it! We open this mysterious door. Do we get the second green thing? Liquor? I hardly know her. Equip it, and just like that, blammo! Oh yeah, and with a single acid round, it goes down. A fax? Machine, right? With a fat? No, never mind. What are you? A picture of a man on a carriage. Something is on the wheel. Light the queen, the king, and the jack. Then the carriage will start running. I brought the lighter because I... Look, for all I know, that stupid fireplace near Irons' office gives us absolutely nothing. But I brought the lighter anyway. I don't have to head back. It's beautiful. Will you take the film? Yes, I have taken the film. Can you check the fax? Just the fax, ma'am. No? Never mind. Oh, this is the conference room! Obviously, I recognize the conference room. Yes. Well, this is not the order in which we visit these places in the remake, but that's fine. You can light a file here. Okay. Tell me what the notes say. It's totally messed up. Yeah, you've got that right, Claire. Oh, you can't carry any more items. Damn right I can't. Well, it's not like I need healing or anything. Actually, I don't. Okay, fine. We're lighting a fire. It's already lit. The number 11 has been etched. Will you turn the faucet on? No. Number 12 has been etched. Will you turn the faucet on? No. Number 13. Okay, what does this do? Does the order matter? The faucet, yes. Out of which spews forth. Okay, tell you what, I can't recognize which of them is... I presume the queen is over here. It's not like you get an indication as to what is what, but I've tried 3, 2, 1, alright? The number of ways in which you can order these is very limited. So how about we now try... Well, if this is the queen, and it's supposed to be king, queen, so it's gotta be either 1, 3, 2 or 2, 3, 1. Let's go with 2, 3, 1, because that's not 1, 2, 3. Actually, well, which is more intuitive? Whatever. It's probably a note somewhere. 2, 3, 1. Two, 3, 1 was the answer. So yeah, the only thing you can figure out over here is that this is the queen. Does either one of these have a crown or something? Can you figure out which one of them is the jack and which is the... I just can't see it. You know, if it gave me a description, or at least if it let me look at them from a better angle, I might have figured something out, but no. Okay, brace yourselves, because something has been done over here, something crucial. And also, we get a gear. Where do we use the gear? Clock tower, obviously. So that's another key for another lock. You can't carry anymore. I need 2 slots. I'll be back. Yes, and I have the film to develop, and to develop that film I need to go to the dark room. How do we reach the dark room in the most convenient fashion? Upstairs. And I can save in the dark room because obviously we've got the typewriter though. Hold on, we can also visit Irons's room through there, can't we? I mean, not through the dark room, but since we are already here, we may be able to do that. And when I say Irons's room, I don't actually mean Irons's room. I obviously just mean that we can go to that place with the fireplace. Whoa! No! 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 It can't catch me, it's too slow. This is a safe room. I can also save over here. Yeesh. No, I'm gonna run all the way back. Why am I even... well, you know, the only point at which you actually need to visit this damn place, this godforsaken place, is once you are ready to make your way out. I am not saving anyway. How about I at least use the item box? Can I let myself do that much? Or am I really, really desperate to make things difficult for myself? Let's not. We are getting rid of the knife. We are not carrying the film because that's completely and utterly pointless. Fine, if I want to be an absolute wimp about this, I can take the healing spray. Eat a herb. Alright. I have the lighter, don't I? I do. Okay. So we're going through here. Presumably... I don't know, I can't tell. Is it reasonable to expect threats here? I don't know. The vicinity of Irons' office seems like the sort of place that should be safe. Just to hazard a guess, but I honestly don't know. If I had to take a wild stab at it, which I'm going to have a rough time without the knife, I would say that the clock tower houses the second bit of the third stone. Suspenseful music. Yeah, shut up. Presumably this is a huge waste of time. You don't need to use this right now. Doesn't look like it's been used. It has been a huge monumental waste of time to come here. No fire can be lit. Not at all. Oh dear, it was a waste of effort. But that's okay. At least I have gotten rid of some junk I don't desperately need. Okay, so, would I need to pick anything up over there? Hold on. Yes, I immediately figured to myself, hold on, the gear. Yeah, I can't pick the gear up. I obviously can't pick it up. You know why? Because I didn't have the inventory space to begin with. Okay. Let's look at the map. I can hypothetically go to the fire escape, and via the fire escape, I can head on down. That's a much safer route, isn't it? No liquors on the way. And I can pick up the missing items. I don't see a reason not to do that. Yeah, what did I want to do? I wanted to go to Irons' office. We'll need to go to the clock tower, but that's via the west wing. Do we go via the liquor up or via the liquor down? It doesn't matter really. I'll go through the upstairs path. Either way, for now, we go through here. We'll pick up the items. I need to clear out the basement. Yes, and soon enough we'll make it out. That chest thing. Hi. Yeah, that chest thing bothers me. Okay. Because I wonder if we'll have to venture out of... Well, we'll have to venture out of the police station. That's not what I mean exactly. I mean whether we'll have to venture out of the police station to that place where I've unleashed 2 zombies. But once again, I think that might be a gargantuan waste of time. I'm not gonna inspect it unless I get further directions. Alright, we get over here. I possibly shouldn't have taken the healing because we find healing here anyway. Will you take the G cogwheel? And G stands for? It's gold plated. It looks like a large clock cog. Well, thanks. That's not particularly subtle, but I'll take it nonetheless. Ah, there's the healing. I've taken the first aid spray. Now I have 2 of them. Let me remind you, in case you have managed to forget, which wouldn't be too good of a sign. You might wanna get yourself examined if that is the case, but nevertheless, as far as I understand it, the first aid spray brings you from however low you are, all the way to full health. And I have 2 of them, not just in general, but on me, currently. Which is absolutely preposterous. Okay. I need to get to the darkroom to develop the film. And which path do I wanna take? Wait, hold on. Instead of going through the liquor, I can just go through the western office, can't I? After all, it's not like I have to worry about this being inaccessible. Yeah, you can chill out music. It has already been dealt with. But for all I know, obviously, lickers may have spawned anywhere and everywhere. So there's that. I have enough ammo to deal with all sorts of threats. Are there any monsters outside waiting for me? I don't know. I'll run past anything that's out there. And besides, I can out-heal whatever comes my way. Other than developing the film, I will check the keycard on the locker. It's basically no disincentive. I can develop film here. How? Oh, right, you don't have the film. Never mind. Sorry, my depth perception over here is failing miserably. It's the valve handle, which I'll... What? Need in the shower room or something? Alright. We use the film. Film B. Pictured in front of the Arukas Taylor. Regressed into a zombie within 2 hours. Subject repeatedly complained about severe agitation of the epidermis. Yes, he was feeling itchy. In addition to feelings of nausea. This happened up to the moment he lost consciousness. Pictured by Al Lambert. And, what exactly has this been filed? Oh my goodness, we're onto the red file and we have 4 things over here. Secretary B, Chief's Office, Watchman's Diary, Film B. And we are still at the police station. Getting files, I think we're at the halfway mark. That's not as far as I would like to be. But fair enough. Do I need the lighter for anything else? I'm fairly confident. I needed it for the other puzzle. I brought it for no good reason whatsoever. You know, all in all, I think it was brilliant because I brought the lighter to a place I did not have to go. And on my way, I solved the puzzle I did not expect to need the lighter for. So all in all, it's as if I had played like a normal person, discovered the place that needed the lighter, retrieved the lighter and went over there. With a couple of extra steps, unfortunately. It's locked. A special kind of key is required. Is it a key card? No. No, it is not. Well then. And fine, just as a precaution against the game crashing on me, because you never know when that may happen, I am gonna save. Not that I'm going to reload at any point, because really, there's no need. It's not like the game is so difficult that I desperately need to reload. In fact, it is rather simple. And I don't think it's necessarily me being that experienced and that awesome. It really doesn't seem that way. Do I have any more ammo, any more rounds for the grenade launcher? No. Best I can offer is the bow gun. And it might not be the worst of ideas at this point. I'm really running out of everything. Fine, I'm taking the bow gun just to be on the safe side. I need to remember there's a special kind of key I need to retrieve in order to be able to access these 2 lockers in the darkroom. Wrong key again. Okay. We go upstairs, and from there we go all the way here, then to the clock tower. Solve the puzzle over there. And at that point, we presumably go to Irons' office if I retrieve the stone, as I had suspected. Which means that presumably I should go into the basement, well, before I... Oh my god, I kind of got scared by the statue. Before I progress. I presume the path beyond Irons' office leads us to the secret laboratory or something. Well, down the line, presumably not directly. So I should try to clear out the basement first. Obviously, I'm just making predictions at this point because I can't really tell. I don't necessarily actually know. You know where that is, by the way. You know where that is. It makes sense, yeah, you reach the library, and one of these places is getting populated by zombies, and guess which? It's the eastern bit. The one I absolutely will have to go through in order to get to the basement. So perhaps I should have gone to the basement first, but it's too late for regrets. It's entirely too late for regrets. Wrong way. I'll have to waste ammo on those stupid zombies. Running past them isn't really much of an option. I guess I could, but it would be so painful to experience. It seems to be broken. Yeah, we need to go upstairs. You know what the real kick in the balls would be? If I needed 2 gears over here, but I don't think that's the case. It's allegedly a large gear. Is that enough? Looks like a switch we push. Yes. Ding dong. Do you fall through though, or is it just a... We'll take the blue stone, yes. You've taken the blue stone. No, it's just a hidden place with the second half of the stone. Alright. Well, as you know at this stage, we have all the stones we need to get through Irons's office to whatever lies beyond. But, once again, I wanted to go through the basement, and I did not do that first, even though I could have. And, notably, keep in mind, I have saved. I could hypothetically reload and make matters easier for myself, but I won't. We are eating the consequences. You know, we probably can deal with the zombies quite easily using the stupid bow gun. It'll be fine. Yeah, it's gonna eat up a decent bit of ammo in it, but then again, I have been sufficiently thorough. It's not like I'm gonna run out of ammo. And worst case scenario, yes, indeed, I can run past them. I can just take the hit to my health and my dignity, my pride, and just run past the zombies taking damage. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just need to heal it back up to full, which I can easily do with all the healing I've gathered thus far. 6-inch stone with a jaguar etched. Yeah, I would have to head upstairs to get there. Which is perfectly viable. Yeah, but I think before I do that, I should clear out the basement. Unfortunately, there are a whopping total of 3 places over there that I need to visit. And if it turns out that I need to head all the way back there, that's going to be even more annoying. Okay, I'm taking ammo for the bow gun. Should I take the stone with me? I don't think I should. I'll be able to easily retrieve what I need to retrieve. I don't need the card though. And I will save, but not over here. So let's get out of here. Wrong button again. I need to travel light. Yeah, I could have taken the other path, but that would have been tortuous. So let's not. The other path has the liquor. Notably, the other path is safe, by the way. The other path has the liquor, but doesn't have any additional zombies in it. Because, hey, I've used the cable over there on the shutters. So I don't have to worry about zombies, though. Unfortunately, that's not much of a comfort. What am I doing? The typewriter is in the main hall. The item box is over here. So step number 1, we go over here and save in the main hall. We head back, we ditch the increments in the lobby next to the Western office. Or the West office. Alright, game saved. I'm already annoyed at the thought of going through that zombies. For a very good reason, too. Remember how annoyed I was once I realized that I didn't have another cable in order to block off the path over there? Yeah. But how was I supposed to know that you get 2 different places you can cut off from zombies? And obviously this one is gonna be more important. Obviously you will have cleared out the path to the west over there. Whereas over here, you may not have cleared out the basement. Okay, we go over here, Eastern office, through the Eastern office. Over here to the tail end of it. Hotkey place. I'm not running the gauntlet. I will try to dispatch multiple zombies all at once. To which end I'm going to use grenade rounds. Well, whatever, explosive rounds. In the grenade launcher. I can always switch to the bow gun, the pistol. I have the means at my disposal to deal with that. Yeah. And once I descend, there are 3 places I need to visit. There's a single liquor over there. Presumably... Oh, yeah, right. I also have to deal with the power puzzle. Which I have solved in my head from what I recall. I think it's... hold on, it was up, up, down, from what I recall. And you'll arrive at 80. I think I've calculated it away from the recording. And we shall see that 2 additional doors. I shall visit these places momentarily. All right. In we go. How many zombies is it? 3? 5? Back into a corner. I can't go any further because then I will walk into the embrace. The welcome, well, welcoming, the unwelcome but welcoming embrace. What? Stop yelling and show yourselves. How many are there? Are you stuck on scenery? You're making this very anticlimactic, zombies. This is not a shotgun, but might as well be, I guess. Fine, pistol, go! Nope. And of course that happened. Wow! That's got a decent bit of knockback. How is she? Guess what? She's fine. Pistols empty. Grenade launchers reloaded. Zombies on fire. And that was the price I had to pay. I don't necessarily pay it gladly, but what can you do? Through here. Damn it! Down! Meh, it'll do. Okay, we got through that guy. Let's not go into the power room. Instead, let's head through here. What is this? Do you need a card? The power to the card reader is off. Okay, we need to restore power first. What about this place? Parking. Can we access this? Oh, we can. That is a lot. That's why it's called a parking lot. Okay, I see. Cars. As you would expect at a parking lot. My goodness, such brilliant commentary, isn't it? So observant, too. Yeesh. Parking lot. Tyrant. Should I be wandering around here? Wait, do we need to find the key card in Irons' office in order to be able to leave via the parking lot? The handbrake is loose, but I can't move it alone. It's okay, you may be able to find help. Taking the green herb, that's wonderful. I can't go any... Claire, that's an odd way of phrasing things. I can't go any further. Feeling being a bit dramatic over here. Any of the car trunks have anything of use? Anything of note? Anything interesting? Claire? Anything? Okay, be that way. Fine, fair enough. There's not much we can do here quite yet. Oh, and the windows. All the way they will inevitably be. There was a single herb over here from what I recall. Yeah. We can mix these. Bada bing, bada boom, helps combined. Anything noteworthy about the machinery? I don't think there is. I've been through this once. I don't think I've found anything else of note over here. What are you? Ah, it's so brightly colored, it should be useful. A police basement 1 map, will you take it? Yes! Well, that didn't tell me much of anything, now did it? Not much that I haven't known of. A reserve power control panel. Power can be routed with insufficient power with these 5 switches. Up. Up. Down. Up. Down. Power supply, okay? Okay. See, it's that simple. And I have... It's not like I wasn't able to figure that one out originally, but... I had other plans. I didn't want to progress. And apparently no one expects you to fail so spectacularly at that juncture. Presumably if you flip all the switches down, it's still fine. I would imagine that someone would have tested flipping all the switches down. But what I did... apparently was absolutely impossible to predict. No one had tested it. Arm storage. Any zombies inside? Not that I can hear. Will you take handgun bullets? You betcha. I will also reload. Alright, equipping the handgun. Will they have arrows or bolts? We'll take the bowgun bolt. Yes! Oh my goodness, so many of them. You'd expect her to get them. A magnum, yes, eventually, surely this is the place where we find the magnum, right? Now these look like grenades to me. They're not grenades, they're nothing. Check this locker. Expect a zombie in a locker. There's a machine gun and a side pack. With a side pack I can carry more items! Will you equip it? Claire. Claire, please. Claire? Claire, don't tell me you have to pick. Why would you be unable to... What, can you only... Look, you're suggesting me that you can carry a thing that allows you to carry more things, and you can't carry that thing with another thing in it? Also, the question is posed in the most preposterous way possible. Will you equip it, machine guy? Which will you equip? Which do you choose? I am gonna roll with the machine gun. I have not really had trouble managing my inventory. I'll live. Will you take the submachine gun? Yes, I will. You have taken the submachine... Well, I didn't expect it to take 2 slots. There's a side pack. I should probably save it for Leon. Will you equip it? No. No, Leon, you get that. I'm gonna take the submachine gun. This is even more sadistic than I had originally expected. Okay, buddy, here are 2 things. Will you pick either of them? You will. Okay, fine. Take the thing. Will you take the other thing? Note, if you take the other thing, in your second playthrough you won't get the thing. So do you wanna take it? Because you can. You'll get more slots now. But Leon's gonna suffer. No. I'll manage. Anything else? Ah yes, the H-gun bullets. For the H-gun. Just kidding. Caution! Can't read that, sorry. It's falling on deaf ears, or, you know, blind eyes, because I honestly, for the life of me, can't read that. So that's it, is it? A submachine gun at 100%. 100% of what? It uses .380 rounds. It had better be mighty. That's literally it. I could have gotten this easily. Wait, where do you find the card? No, you find it in the morgue. If you explore all of it in one... Oh, no, hold on. You still have to go back to the parking lot. Because you can't deal with that place alone. Presumably you need Leon over there. Think, Weston, think. Right, Irons' room. So we go through here. I need the item box. We're on the first floor. I need to keep in mind that there could be more zombies nearby. As I always should keep in mind that there could be more zombies nearby. It's a Resident Evil game. That's kind of par for the course. If I go upstairs, is that the right thing to do? I can go through the... Yes, that is the right thing to do. That is actually the way through. Yeah, we go over here. It's also not impossible for that guy to get up. Anything is possible. You'd figure that we have this sort of an unspoken deal. Well, if you can walk through a given zombie, that means the zombie is not getting up. But no, the deal was never actually a deal to begin with. There was no such deal. The game did not sign anything to this effect, so it's not true. Yes, this is the item box I wanted to reach. Huh. I have a lot of stuff on me that's not particularly useful. I am going to ditch the healing. I have the bowgun ammo, pistol ammo, grenade launcher with basically no grenades in it, so might as well ditch that. And the submachine gun, which takes up a whopping total of 2 slots. That's nice for a boss fight. But then again, as far as I can tell, presumably, we are about to enter one. So what do I want to take with me? The pistol? Or the bowgun? I think the time has come to carry around, to lug around the bowgun instead of the pistol. I'll presumably find a decent bit of pistol ammo further down the line. For now, let's make the best of pistol usage, and let's keep the submachine gun in case there's a boss fight up ahead. That's my current plan. I'm sticking with it. We're saving over here. Next up, we go to Irons' office, plug in the final tile, and see what awaits us. Possibly a boss fight against the Tyrant, possibly we find Sherry, who knows? All sorts of things are possible, and wildly speculating about these sorts of things brings me absolutely no closer to the truth. So let's cut it out. We go through here, the Alliance's office. And what happens, happens. If I die, I die. Through here, left, through the hole in the wall. Onwards to glory. Suspenseful music.
Claire!
Sherry, you're okay.
I'm glad to see you're safe, Claire.
Likewise. Feelings mutual, kid. I mean, do you want to go down to the parking lot with me? Listen, I could hypothetically do that. It's perfectly possible. I need someone to mess around with that car. I don't know. I probably will have to do that further down the line. Presumably, we'll probably just go there and accomplish nothing. So tell you what. Let's just roll with this the way the game seems to strongly suggest I should. If I expected a boss fight, I presumably should have taken healing with me, you know. So taken aback by a secret passageway opening. Come on, Claire. You kinda should have expected this to happen. Mail to the chief. To Mr. Barnes, chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. We have lost the mansion lab facility. You know, I expected throughout this entire thing to it end up with key. That would be better, but no. We have lost the mansion lab facility due to the actions of the renegade operative Albert Wesker. I mean, do you mean in the sense that zombies have overrun it, or do you mean in the sense that it got blown up? Probably in the sense that it got blown up. Fortunately, his interference will have no lasting effects upon our continued virus research. I wouldn't call that fortunate, but... Our only present concern is the presence of the remaining STARS members. Redfield, Valentine, Burton, Chambers, and Vickers. You know the Vickers guy. Poster boy. Claire... not Claire Redfield, I might... No. Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Barry Burton, and of course Rebecca Chambers is mentioned by name as such a terrible threat and menace. That's wonderful. If it comes to light that the STARS have any evidence as to the activities of our research, dispose of them in such a manner that would appear to be purely accidental. Continue to monitor the progress and make certain the knowledge does not go public. Annette will continue to be our contact throughout this affair. William Birkin. We know Annette Birkin. We know William Birkin from the remake. To Mr. Brian, chief of the Raccoon City Police Department, I've deposited the amount of $10,000 to your account for your services this term as per our agreement. The development of the G-Virus scheduled to replace the T-Virus is near completion. Once completed, I am certain that I will be appointed to be a member of the executive board for Umbrella Incorporated. Right, William, because that's how large corporations work. I'm sure that's gonna happen. Your efforts will be rewarded with the board of... Yeah, sure, you're gonna get that seat, buddy. You're totally gonna get that seat. It is imperative that we proceed with extreme caution. Redfield and the remaining STARS members are still... Don't tell me Rebecca's dead. Redfield and the remaining STARS members, Vickers is dead. Redfield and the remaining STARS members are still attempting to uncover information on the project, continue to monitor their activities, and block all attempts to investigate the underground research facilities. The underground research facilities. William Birkin. To Mr. Brian, chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. We have a problem. I received information informing me that Umbrella Headquarters has sent spies to recover my research on the G-Virus. There are an unknown number of agents involved. They must not be allowed to take this project away from me, as it represents my entire life's work. You know, when I compare that to the tone of well, the messages you find in the remake, which are effectively supposed to be the counterparts, I find it significantly more palatable. This sounds too corporate, and yet at the same time, ultimately what he's doing isn't even necessarily completely supported by the corporation. And it should grow increasingly frantic, not maintain this completely humorless, lifeless, emotionless, sort of a drony tone. It makes no sense. So the mails in which he says, Brian Irons, you complete goddamn retard. What are you doing? There are spies in my facility. I'm gonna get your ass fired. We had a deal. Those make perfect logical sense. Those are appropriate sorts of messages. Even though they're completely insane, that's on brand because the guy is completely insane. Writing in this style sounds absolutely bizarre. They must not be allowed to take this project away from me as it represents my entire life's work. Who on earth talks about his life's work in this dispassionate way? Okay, maybe they're trying to suggest that he's more autistic than he actually is. Search the city thoroughly for any suspicious persons. Detain any such individuals by whatever means deemed necessary, and contact me immediately through Annette, my wife. With these precautions, any possible threat should be eliminated. Using the passives. I will not allow anyone to steal my work on the G-Virus, not even Umbrella. Signed, William Birkin. No, the tone is all wrong. It's all wrong. The military chief has been filed. Any thoughts, Claire? Anything? Anything going on in that noggin of yours? No, I don't like this. I don't like this. But presumably this elevator leads deep underground into the facility. But what about the parking lot? Will I be stopped? Well, I'm tempted to drag Sherry all the way down to the parking lot. What path do I have to take to get there? We're on the second floor. I'd have to get on out, then through here, fire exit, over there, hard key down. If I find nothing, I will inform you, but I am dragging her all the way down there, even if it's a complete waste of time. Come with me, kid. I have an inkling. If she doesn't go with me... If she doesn't go... No, I'm not going there. Now, hypothetically, we could meet Leon over there, and maybe, just maybe something would happen over there, but no. No, I'm not gonna make that assumption. I'm not even gonna bother going there then. Had she followed me, I could have at least assumed that there would be someone to help me with the van, but no. An elevator that appears to go down. Push the button.
Claire!
I'm going down there. Stay here and wait for me, okay?
Okay. Once again, I don't necessarily want to be overly critical of what is happening here just because it's different in the remake. That's completely unfair and unwarranted. If anything, I should... Oh, that's a part of the... So the basement map did not even reveal... You know where this path leads, by the way, right? This path... we presumably encounter a ladder. That's the tail end of this. And once we go up the ladder, we reach that part that was present on the map. And that bit that Sherry discovered on the map that was disconnected from everything else. So we go through there, we go through a bit, and then we presumably take another ladder down or an elevator, and that elevator takes us to the actual lab. But yes, as I have mentioned, I can't blame this game for not being the remake. If anything, I could blame the remake, at this point retroactively, for not being like this game, because a proper remake should retain at least some significant, important, great elements of the original. So if things differ over here, I can't just point my finger and say, hey, that's different, so that's bad. It's not necessarily. Of course, if things are genuinely bad of their own accord, I will feel free to point that out. But I'm...
Help me!
Alright, I'ma head out. It's almost inevitably not how you're supposed to do this. Are we going to now have a conversation with Sherry on the absolute horrors I've witnessed? Hey kid, I found your father. He's well, he's keeping an eye on things, I guess. He's keeping an eye on a lot of things. Alright, look, there's basically no other way about this, okay? We gotta go though. Okay. Brace yourselves, for I am bracing myself. Can I interact with this? What is this? What is this even supposed to be? We're not running over there. Ooh, torches. Nice! Right next to pipes. Let me guess, those are gas pipes, aren't they? Why? What is going on? Why would you do this? Seriously. Why would you stylize this place as a damn dungeon?
So you've made it this far. Not bad, girl. But I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everyone's gonna die.
Calm down, Chief. What happened?
Let's talk about this.
You couldn't possibly understand what's happened. Those monsters from Umbrella have destroyed my beautiful town. How could they do that to me after everything I've done for them?
So it's true. You have been working with Umbrella. Then you must know about the G-Virus. What is it? Tell me!
If you must know, it's the agent that can turn humans into the ultimate bioweapons. Superior to the T-Virus in every way.
Why would you care?
William Birkin is the genius behind the project.
Leon?
William Birkin?
Leon?
I'm sure you've already seen his little girl running around here somewhere.
Leon!
Sherry, isn't it?
Yeah?
In case you haven't already figured it out, the monster that's been tearing my precinct apart is yet another product of the G-Virus. An ultimate bioweapon. Umbrella must be trying to cover its tracks. But if I have to go, I'm going to take you with me.
Leon? No, okay, never mind.
Just can't take the pain.
Okay. And now let me slowly oh, grenades! Disturbing thing, yeah, you don't say. Why does it look medieval? Why does it look like this? Because it's basically styled as a medieval torture chamber. Because Irons is deranged. He's insane. He's insane in the membrane, alright? That's why all of this is the way it is. He likes it that way. But yes, this I'm probably biased. I'm probably horribly biased, and that's why I can't appreciate this for what it is. But at the same time, formalin, chloroform, and other chemicals. Yes, yes. That's probably why I can't appreciate this for what it is. But at the same time, a ladder leads down. We'll go down. Not yet, not yet. I still want to investigate, well, everything. Tell me about Irons. Don't tell me about Irons. Should we go up back to Sherry and have a little chinwag with her? Discuss William Birkin. It's a saw. Flesh blood is smeared on the blade. Yes, I see. Anything you want to tell me about the instruments over here? No, never mind. Fine, let's not head back. this is gonna lead me to that place that leads to another place. Oh my god. I'm so chaotic in my descriptions, I do apologize. But yes, I think the scenes in the remake were significantly more dramatic. Him holding a gun to her face for a couple of minutes as he's functionally in agony, completely ignoring what has just happened to him at the hands of the monster in order to pontificate on everything and then answer elaborately every single one of her questions. That's utterly preposterous. Makes basically no sense. I don't think I'm being harsh. Well, gee. Hi. I don't... Ah, damn it! I don't have the grenade launcher! Yeah, that sounds like the... Run! I can run past that thing, you know. Yes, presume it's very slow. So I can hypothetically just elect to completely ignore it, just run past. But then again, I know what happens when you try to run past G's in the remake. They have one big hand, one small hand, so we have to run past them on the right side, which may be the left side for all I know. I was prepared for a boss fight. I was prepared for a horrifying encounter. Hey, Sherry. You know what? Let's actually not talk about what I have witnessed. That's disturbing stuff. The worst part about this experience is, of course... Well, is it so bad? The fact that I kinda have to go over here in order to get to my item box. Is it that terrible? It's not that far away. It wasn't a particularly grueling trip, now was it? But now that I have found more ammo for the grenade launcher, obviously retrieving the grenade launcher and possibly reloading it to full is the way to go. Do I need healing? I don't think I need healing. But before I proceed, before I face that G monstrosity down there that Birkin has left behind, I am going to save yet again. And then and only then shall I proceed into the bowels of the earth, into those chthonic depths, and presumably eventually into the secret lab. But once again, I suspect I'm going to go down, and then I'm presumably going to go up again to that place Sherry spotted, go through a corridor, go down again, and then and only then, finally, enter the secret lab. When I shall enter the parking lot, I have no clue. Maybe I've missed it, maybe I should have gone there right here, right now. Maybe Leon goes there with Ada, I have no clue. For now, however, thank you all oh so much for watching, and you will see me elsewhere.